Hey guys, it's Snarky Hippie. Um, gonna be honest with you, this is not gonna be a funny video. This is not gonna be an entertaining video either. Um, it's 2:20 in the morning. Um, can't sleep. Yay for insomnia. And I have a lot on my mind right now. And I'll be honest with you, it's stuff that is completely out of my control. Um, there are things going on in this country that it's staggering, the utter stupidity of things that are happening here that could be prevented. Um, and I'm gonna give you guys a disclaimer off the top. Um, I am not a fan of guns. I am not a fan of the NRA. In fact, I hate them with pretty much the fire of all the burning flames of hell. I hate these people. Um, they have been what I believe is directly responsible for so many deaths, deaths that could have been prevented, and they continue to blame it on the media and on mental health professionals and everything else. And you know what? How much more is it going to take? How many more people are going to die before these card-carrying fucking assholes get it through their head that people are dying? Our children, you guys, are dying. Um, I I earlier went in and did some research on school shootings, and I mean, honestly, stuff like this is going on since the 1800s. Okay, to be fair, but in the 1990s and into this millennium, they've gradually been increasing, and that is a really scary thought. I went through. And I didn't go way back to the 1800s because that would take much too long. But I compiled a list, which I have right here, of school shootings that have happened since beginning in 1992. And these are not all of them. First of all, this is only like maybe a tenth of them that I'm going to share with you guys. In the interest of saving time, I have only picked out the ones that are high school shootings or junior high, middle school, or grade school. I've eliminated even all the college shootings from here, and there are quite a few of those. I've also eliminated, with one exception, any that resulted in less than 3 deaths. So, you guys, if you bear with me, here we go. And I've got to take my glasses off to see this because I'm in desperate need of new glasses, but in the meantime, I'm going to read this like up to my face. So, please bear with me. I'll probably be halfway heading through this. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I started in 1989, Stockton, California. 6 dead, 32 injured. 24-year-old Patrick Edward Purdy fatally shot 5 children and wounded 32 others at the Cleveland Elementary School before taking his own life. The children were children of refugees from Southeast Asia. Purdy had a history of violence, alcoholism, drug addiction, and criminality. Yet he managed to get a gun. How did that happen? May 1st, 1992, Olivehurst, California. Lyndhurst High School shooting. Former student, 20-year-old Eric Houston, killed 3 students and 1 teacher and wounded 9 other students and teacher before surrendering to the police. 3 dead, 10 injured. February 2nd, 1996, Moses Lake, Washington, 3 dead, 1 injured. Frontier Middle School shooting. 14-year-old Barry Lukatis killed a teacher and 2 students and wounded another student when he opened fire on his algebra class. 14 years old, and he was sentenced to life in prison. How does a 14-year-old get a gun? I'm guessing either he bought it on the street or somehow he got it from his parents' house. And if that's the case, it wasn't locked up real well, no, was it? October 1st, 1997, Pearl, Mississippi. 3 dead, 7 injured. Pearl High School shooting. 16-year-old Luke Woodham murdered his 50-year-old mother, Mary, at home before killing his ex-girlfriend, 16-year-old student Christina Menefee, and 17-year-old student Lydia K. Dew, then wounded 7 others at Pearl High School. Nothing about what happened to him. December 1st, 1997, West Paducah, Kentucky. 3 dead, 5 injured. Heath High School shooting. 3 students were killed and 5 wounded by 14-year-old Michael Carneal as they participated in a prayer circle. Again, 14 years old, Carneal was sentenced to life in prison. March 24th, 1998, Craighead County, Arkansas. 5 dead, 10 injured. Westside Middle School shootings. 13-year-old Mitchell Johnson and 11-year-old Andrew Golden killed a teacher and 4 students and wounded 10 others as Westside Middle School emptied during a fire alarm intentionally set off by Golden. A 13-year-old and an 11-year-old got a hold of guns. Again, wonder how that happened. May 21st, 1998, Springfield, Oregon. 4 dead, 23 injured. Thurston High School shooting. After killing his parents at home, 15-year-old Kip Kinkle drove to Thurston High School, where he killed 2 students and wounded 23 others. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 111 years in prison. This is one we all know. April 20th, 1999, Littleton, Colorado. Columbine High School massacre. 18-year-old Eric Harris and 17-year-old Dylan Klebold, students at Columbine High School, killed 12 students and 1 teacher. They injured 21 additional people, and 3 more were injured while attempting to escape the school. The pair committed suicide at the end of the massacre. And you know what? It gets worse, guys. It gets worse than Columbine. March 21st, 2005, Red Lake, Minnesota. 10 killed, 7 injured. Red Lake shootings. 16-year-old student Jeffrey Weiss killed his grandfather and grandfather's companion at their home, where he had been living at the Red Lake Indian Reservation. He drove to Red Lake Senior High School. Armed with his grandfather's police weapons, Weiss killed 5 students, 1 teacher, and 1 security guard, wounding 7 others before committing suicide. October 2nd, 2006. Nickel Mines, Pennsylvania. 6 dead, 3 injured. West Nickel Mines school shooting. 32-year-old milk truck driver Charles Carl Roberts IV killed 5 Amish girls and wounded 5 others before killing himself in an Amish school in the hamlet of Nickel Mines in Bart Township, Lancaster County. February 27th, 2012, Chardon, Ohio. 3 dead, 3 injured. Chardon High School shootings. 17-year-old Thomas T.J. Lane took a semi-automatic handgun and a knife to Chardon High School, where he fired 10 shots at a group of students sitting in the cafeteria. He killed 3 boys and wounded 3 other students. One 16-year-old died immediately. 2 others died the following day. Lane was arrested early the next morning while standing near his car. He was charged as an adult with murder, attempted murder, and firearms offenses. In March 2013, he was convicted and sentenced to 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole. December 14th, 2012. There's another familiar one. This is the worst. Newton, Connecticut. You guys remember this one? I sure do. 28 dead, 2 injured. Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. 20-year-old Adam Lanza killed 26 people and himself. He first killed his mother at their shared home before taking her guns and driving to the school. Lanza brought 4 guns with him. He killed 20 first-grade children aged 6 and 7 during the attack at the school, along with 6 adults, including 4 teachers, the principal, and the school psychologist. 2 other persons were injured. Lanza then killed himself as police arrived at the school. 20 fucking first graders. October 24, 2014, Marysville, Washington. 5 dead, 1 injured. Marysville Pilchuck High School shooting. 15-year-old freshman Jalen Freiberg shot 5 students in the school cafeteria of Marysville Pilchuck High School, fatally wounding 4 before committing suicide. December 7, 2017, Aztec, New Mexico. 3 dead. Aztec High School shooting. William Atchison, 21-year-old former male student, snuck into Aztec High School disguised as a student and hid in an unlocked washroom with a Glock 9mm hidden in his bag. He retreated from the washroom after being spotted by a school custodian who chased him shouting, "Active shooter and lockdown." Atchison was able to shoot and kill 2 students who were caught in the hallway before he killed himself. This is the best part. He had been investigated in 2016 by the FBI when he asked where to find cheap assault rifles for a mass shooting on an online forum. This guy was already on the fucking radar. And nothing was God, you guys. Oh, seriously. January 23rd, 2018. Marshall County, Kentucky. 2 dead, 18 injured. Marshall County High School shooting. A 15-year-old male student shot 16 people in the lobby at Marshall County High School and caused non-gunshot injuries to 4 others. 2 15-year-old students died, 1 killed at the scene, another died of wounds at Vanderbilt Medical Center. Which brings us to the most recent one, and the one that's on everybody's mind, and probably the one that's bringing all this to the, well, definitely the one that's bringing all this to the front lines again. Yeah, and that's our recent, February 14th, Parkland, Florida. 17 dead, 14 injured. Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School shooting. A 19-year-old former student who had been expelled began shooting students and staff members with a semi-automatic rifle at the Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School after pulling a fire alarm. 17 people were killed, and 14 others were injured. The suspect, Nicholas Cruz, blended in with the crowd of fleeing students and was arrested in a residential area of the neighboring Coral Springs after walking away from the school. He is facing charges of murder and attempted murder. Sorry. You know, I read this stuff and I see this stuff and I'm like, what the hell is it going to take? You know, I mean, because our fucking children are dying. They're first graders being shot at school, for God's sake. And the NRA and powers that be turn a blind eye to this shit. And the gun mongers are so afraid that they're going to get their guns taken away. Well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Maybe you needed guns back in the day. Maybe you needed a gun to go out and shoot your dinner. You know, I mean, whatever. I mean, really. You need dinner, go to the fucking grocery store and buy it. You know, I mean, you feel like you need to protect yourself. Okay, get a big fucking nasty dog, you know, or if you know, you're some person that absolutely has to have a gun, you know, that you know, Second Amendment. For God's sake, keep it locked up. If you have somebody living in your home that has been diagnosed with any kind of mental illness, or you even vaguely suspect may have some sort of a mental illness or disorder, don't leave a gun in the fucking house. I don't know why this one didn't make the list, but not too long ago I read a story about some woman who had a daycare in her house, and her husband had guns, and she told him to move them out of the house, and he didn't lock them up. And the 3-year-old kids in the daycare got a hold of a gun and shot 2 of the other kids. I mean, for God's sake, what the fuck is it going to take? You know, I mean, we're so, you know, damn concerned with you know, our rights and our, you know, privileges, and nobody's seeing what those rights and privileges are costing. They're costing the lives of our children. Um, you know, with the cost, it's way too much. It's way too much. Um, you know, and I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that this is gonna, you know, be what's happening now. I mean, people are starting to speak out, um, and I'm hoping it's the beginning of something that's maybe going to affect some positive change. Um, there is I was talking to my BFF today, Chuck, and Chuck is a she, by the way. It's a college nickname. But you know, she and I were discussing this, and you know, there are a lot of schools, a lot of high schools, even maybe middle schools, that are doing walkouts in protest of this. And you know what, you kids that are doing that, God love you. You know, if I were still in high school, I'd be right there with you. If I was still teaching in a high school, I'd be right there with you. I'd probably be leading the freaking parade because, you know, once a hippie, always a hippie, I guess. You know, there's a group led by one extraordinary young lady, and I can't remember her name, but her video has pretty much gone viral. And they are speaking out against this, and they are not only encouraging but pressuring a lot of big corporations to drop their ties with the NRA, and it's working. People are listening. FedEx, however, is not listening. They are refusing. Their concession is they will not allow transport of semi-automatic weapons. Okay, so you open every fucking box. Thanks, FedEx. Way to go. That's a big fucking help. But you know, a lot of the major airlines have stopped offering NRA discounts. People are starting to wake up. They're dropping their, you know, associations. And I guess the bright spot in all of this is that the very children that these crimes are being committed against, and yes, they're crimes, are standing up and they're speaking out, and they're saying, we're not going to back down until things change. We're going to keep coming at you until things change, until you do something. And you know what? Oh, God bless them. God bless them. And I am, you know what, even if it's only in spirit, I am with them every single step of the way. Because, like I said, man, something has got to change. It's ridiculous, you know, and the climate in this country right now is just, it's so filled with anger and hate, and with what's going on and who we have in Washington and who's running this country right now. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna get into that, because if you know me, you pretty much know already how I feel about, who's in the White House, and what's going on. But oh my God, you guys, I don't know. It's got to get better. I mean, it's got to get better. We gotta stop sacrificing our children. As you know, to just in the under the guise of protecting our rights, our constitutional rights. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Um, you know what? I really feel that the only people, or the only groups of people, that should be allowed to have guns are police and the military, or anybody in a profession where they have to protect somebody else. It's too easy for, I mean, it's too easy to get a gun. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm rambling. I know. But I guess it's just really, really hitting me hard. I mean, I've worked with kids for so many years, and I've had so many students, for so many years, and I've adored most of them. There are occasional one or two I want to kind of drop kick their asses, but most of my students I absolutely loved, and they're just, just thinking of something like that, happening to one of them, although they're all like, grown up now with families of their own, and their kids are in school. And, I wonder if, I mean, they've got to be scared. Parents now have, I mean, when you have to be scared to send your first grader to school because they might get shot, what the fuck is that, you guys, really? Oh, Lord, but, yeah, this young lady and the kids that are protesting, I am so proud of them. I am so, so proud of them. They're standing up. They're standing up and they're saying, no, this is not okay. It's got to change. And they may not have the actual vote yet, but in a couple of years they're going to. They're going to be out there at the polls. And Chuck and I were saying, we were talking about it earlier, and and she was like, yeah, a bunch, this. And these guys, I mean, like I said, these people, some of these people are backing down to listen to these kids. And Chuck's like, yeah, they're scared of a bunch of kids. I'm like, they should be, because not too long, those kids are going to be the ones who are taking care of them. So, yeah, lawmakers and Congress and all you people in Washington, start paying attention, man, because you know what? These kids are our future. And, yeah, you guys might be in for some trouble in not too many years from now. In the meantime, I stand with the kids who are standing up for themselves, and I stand for much stricter gun laws, and I stand against the NRA. I stand against everything they stand for. I stand against their lies, and their manipulations, and their blame shifting. And everything else shady that they've done, like for a number of years. And what if I can figure out a way I can help with this, I'm gonna do it. So it's gotta be something they need an old hippie for. It's good at a protest if nothing else. But anyway, you guys, I needed to talk about this tonight. Because like I said, and obviously you can tell it's, oh God, this one it really it cuts deep. It cuts deep. Our kids shouldn't have to die. They're kids. Let them grow up. Let them have their lives. And you know what? I'm just gonna stop here. Before, because I could probably ramble on about this all night. But yeah. Anyway. I guess that's it. Peace and love, and let's take care of our kids. See you guys later.